What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to another episode of Let's Play Animal Crossing New Horizons. In the last episode, we caught the last missing piece of the puzzle, the Mahi Mahi, finally finishing out our Critterpedia in its entirety. Every fish, every bug, every deep-sea creature, and also every fossil, for that matter, has been obtained. The art exhibit's a little bit off, but that's okay. I'm going to take that from Blathers. I also got something from Gullivar. I also got something from my mom, which I am shocked by. I wasn't expecting that. Smell of trees, freshly cut grass. Oh, interesting. Let's see. Brings out the adventure in me. Wandering season upon us. I'm not sure which I like better, wandering or meandering. I would say wandering myself. And then also, for completing that portion of the Critterpedia app, I have gotten myself the DIY recipe for the golden fishing rod. So I'm going to have to go and craft that for sure, but I'm going to have to probably make a regular fishing rod because my outdoorsy one's not going to cut it. Mom gave me a knapsack. Let me actually wear this. Oh, I got the transformation on. Well, let me at least place it real quick and see what it looks like. Oh, that's cute. I actually really like that one. Gosh dang it. Pirate Wall from Gullivar, and then we also got the fish poster. Let me also just read this last one from Happy Home Academy just so that I can make that little notification go away. All right, let's start this episode by heading inside. We're going to be doing a number of things today, although obviously there's one big thing that's going to be the focus if you know what happens around this time. So I'm going to head upstairs, and I'm going to actually go and place this last poster first thing here. So why don't I go ahead and do that as I continue to just clutter this room up. It's getting kind of crazy. All right, pockets. We're going to go, there we go, fish poster. And instead of behind Kiki, just to keep things symmetrical, I'm going to put it right there with a little bit of a gap in the middle. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be getting that art poster, but that is okay. And we got 5 photos from our villagers, so half of our villagers. I'm going to try one more time today to see if I can get a 6th, 7th, and possibly even an 8th. But I wouldn't hold your breath. It'll be an attempt, but it's probably not going to happen. Now, I might as well quickly just take a look at this pirate wall. Let's see what it looks like really quickly before I do anything else. So I'll just place that. Oh, that's cool. That's actually really, really nice. It's kind of got that, like, captain's quarters look to it. So that's pretty. Now, really quickly, I am also going to make that goldenrod, which I don't know exactly how much it's going to entail. So let me just go through my app here really quickly. So obviously the golden nugget with that, but I'm going to need 5 tree branches and an iron nugget. Okay, very, very simple. So let me just pull. No, gosh dang it. I always hit the wrong D-pad button whenever I need to do that. So let's see. Just grab a stack of those. Where the heck are my twigs? There they are. Grab some of those. Probably could have gone with a smaller stack, but whatever. I'm actually going to make oh, wait, I didn't grab the gold nuggets. What am I doing? Oh, my goodness. I need those too. I actually need 2 of them for this, which honestly might be all I have left. If I can find... Oh, I have 4. Okay, a little better than I thought. Let me just craft these really quickly. All right, there we go. I actually made 2, so now I can put one of them up in my little trophy room, and the other one can stay on my person. I'm also going to get a Nook Miles achievement for having done that. So the outdoorsy rod that I'm currently holding can actually just go in to my storage really quickly. So let me do that, and then let's favorite this really fast right there. Beautiful. And then the other one, like I said, in the trophy room. I'm trying to hurry around my house just in case a villager decides they want to walk in right now. Do not need that at the moment. Where do I put this thing, though? You know what? I think I'll just actually stick it in the corner right by the fish trophy, if I'm being honest. Hopefully this goes directly in the corner. It did. Although, can I, like, rotate this? There we go. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. Perfect. That's going to probably be it for my golden tools that I'm going to be able to get my hands on because, like I said, we're nowhere close to the axe or the shovel. And the golden slingshot is, that's also a pretty time-consuming one, so just nowhere near any of those, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. Golden slingshot's probably the nicest out of all of them anyway, since it fires the 3 pebbles instead of just 1, so it just makes it way easier to knock those balloons down. But okay, there we go. That's the first thing on the docket today. Now, I'm going to beautify the island a little bit. It has been a number of days since the last episode. I am going to get read the riot act by my villagers this time just because it's been almost 2 weeks since that episode. Look at how many freaking weeds grew in just all that time. My goodness, I got to keep this place clean. We got a finale to look forward to. This is almost all done with. I can't believe how long this Let's Play has gone on for. It's been absolutely insane. What a journey this has been, guys. What a journey. Like I said, I'll wait till next episode to talk about it a little bit more. I just can't believe, you know, how much can get accomplished in this amount of time in this game and how much there is to do. It's such a robust experience. It's really, truly incredible. Also, we got a straggler here. How did you sprout up? I could have sworn that this was a blank spot here. I better fix that, actually, real fast, the way that I always do. So I'll display that on the ground there. There we go. Yeah, you're not supposed to grow any further. My goodness. And also just sprang up. Hi, Kiki. I'll actually talk to you later. I'm gonna talk to everybody before the end of the episode. Well, actually, I don't even know if I need to do that yet. I mean, we're still about a week away from the full anniversary date, but we're getting pretty close. All right, I need to find Tangy, I need to find Agnes, and I need to find Vivian. There is Agnes, although she's sitting, which is a little bit of an issue. So I'm going to have to wait for her to kind of get off her butt for a second before I can give her anything. Kix is here. That's cool. All right, Vivian. Vivian is home. So Vivian is going to be the first recipient of the gift. Once again, she is much easier to track down than the other two are almost every single time. I think that's very funny. And she's cooking again. Literally, it's like deja vu. This is exactly what happened in the last episode. Okay, let's talk. Sorry to say that. All right, here we go. What are you making? Just potato curry. Ooh, that sounds really yummy, actually. Really yummy. Thank you, thank you. Recipe, you can feel free to share it with someone else. Okay, I probably do already know it. But I need to give you a gift. All right, here we go. This is our last opportunity. Nice wrapping job. She will be tearing into it. Look at this. It's an Ankylo torso. Because thank you for such a lovely gift. You know what? I'm going to return the favor. A brown shanty wall. Oh, Vivian, I tried. Kyle gave me one. I'm actually shocked that, like, Kyle was further along in the friendship because I feel like I ignored him so much more than I did Vivian. But no, he's the one who actually gave me a photo. He likes me. Apparently, Vivian doesn't like me enough to give me the photo, so I guess we'll just have to sigh and deal with it, I suppose. It's a little bit of a bummer, but whatever. Okay, there we go. She's off her butt. They're both out here sweeping. But now, do you want this? I'm going to give you... Well, I only got the blue ones left, so here you go. All right, Agnes. Come on. I'm really hoping for it. No, Agnes. I'm one of my OGs, too. Seriously, remember that Agnes and Rory were my two original villagers at the very beginning of this entire thing, and I never got her photo. Rory's been gone for a long time, but never got Agnes's photo after all of that. I'm so sad. I was so hoping for it, too. I mean, Marina was villager number 3, so, like, close, but not the OG. The one villager that I was really hoping to get it from of the remaining 3, and it's just not happening, man. It's just not happening. All right, well, I'll see if I can track down Tangy as we go. I don't want to head inside the museum just yet. Like I said, I need to beautify my island a little bit because, man, it has gotten overgrown here. Like, holy crap, has it. So many weeds have sprouted up in all this time. This is why I need the beautiful ordinance to keep things in check a little bit when I'm not playing the game. Because, my gosh, there's so many of these things. They're finding pretty much every single spot I haven't either put down an item or I haven't put down some transparent pattern on the ground or something just to sort of dissuade them. I'm sure there's a bunch over to the left. Also, that is a new Lily of the Valley. So we're confirmation that we're still hitting the 5-star rating pretty consistently, but also not where I want to have one at. I actually think what I'll do is I'm actually going to put this right by the waterfall. There we go. Cute. All right. Much better. Now, well, I want to find Tangy first before I do anything, but there's a possibility she's actually in there, which is also part of my problem. So today is it's actually one of the last days in the International Museum Day event. International Museum Day is a real-world thing that begins, or that happens every May 18th. But in the Animal Crossing world, it goes from May 18th to May, I believe, 30th, if I'm not mistaken. May 31st. Okay, so for 2 weeks. And during this time, you get to participate in what is basically called a stamp rally. We'll get into the stamp rally here in a little bit, but You can pretty much do it every single day. It's very easily completable on just one day, though, so don't like fret about it too much. But every single time you do it, you're going to get yourself a number of rewards that you're going to either be able to hang in your house or sell. Actually, they sell for like 2,500 a piece, so I guess if you really want to do that, that is a possibility. That is not going to be my aim today, though. No, I am instead just going after the actual prizes for the entire event. So we'll head into the museum, and I just got to find Tangy. Where is she? There she is, hanging out with Cranston again. Hi, buddy. I'm going to talk to you first so I don't make this as awkward as I possibly can by then giving a gift to Tangy right in front of your face. So hang tight while I do that really quickly. Hopefully she likes it. Here you go. Okay, this is it. This is for all the marbles. Let's just hope. Oh my gosh, are you sure I can have this? Thank you so much. Here, I'll trade you. It says, no! Well, you know, Tangy, I appreciate you at least doing this in the name of symmetry inside my trophy room, because technically it would have been thrown off if I had gotten a 6 photo, but that's the only cope I have left at this point. Man, I was really hoping to get at least one more, but we got exactly half of our villagers' photos, so it's better than nothing, especially because I spent so much of the game not even trying to get them. So the fact that I was still able to get 5, I'm actually, you know, it could have been worse. That's actually a pretty good end result, I think, with, you know, all things considered. All right, man, there's so many weeds everywhere, and I know there's a bunch in there, but I honestly don't really care about the ones that are in there, so I'm not going to worry about them too much. All right, I think we can now head off to the museum, take care of this. This is pretty much it. This is going to be like the last thing we do in today's episode, is just taking care of the stamp rally, but we'll sort of take our time in this, so let's head on in and talk to Blathers, who I'm sure is fast asleep at the moment, but hopefully he'll let us participate. What's up, dude? Heard me. Hello. Welcome to the Merle Museum. May 18th is International Museum Day, and to honor it, we're holding a stamp rally. Please allow me a moment to give a brief explanation of precisely what the most esteemed day is. Ahem. International Museum Day is a day to understand the educational wonder that only museums can provide. As a collecting place for all types of knowledge, museums are a critical resource for learners far and wide. Indeed, they can spark imaginations, make difficult ideas easier, and perhaps even more fun to grasp. But to put it simply, International Museum is a day for getting to know your local museum. Now, the stamp rally works thusly. The Bugfish, Fossil, and Art galleries each have 3 stamp stations. You must find the stations in each gallery and acquire their stamps. Do so, and you'll earn a memento. There are several unique mementos, one for completing the rally in each gallery. It's true, do be sure to give it a go whilst perusing the museum's many fine exhibits. Now, he says there's 3 stations, but there's actually a much higher potential of stations. In fact, for just the bug one, there is 11 stations from what I can tell. I'm just kind of eyeballing this list really quickly. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the fish one. I'm actually surprised there's less than that one, given that it's a bigger exhibit. The fossil one has 7. The art one only has 4, though, which, I mean, that makes sense. That's a pretty small gallery. So why don't we go ahead and just sort of look around the museum a little bit and take it all in and see where we can find all of these different stations. We're just going to have to look absolutely everywhere, although, again, it's not super hard. But, of course, with all these completed exhibits, we get to see them as lively as ever, which is really, really cool, I think. I won't go into the butterfly room just yet. I actually see one of the stamp stations already, so let's head on over here and take a look. Stamp spot, quiet bench. Cool. Sometimes it's nice to take a short breather and relax on the bench. I agree. And there's our first one. The other 2 are Coconut Corner and the Butterfly Garden. Well, that actually does narrow things down just a little bit. It is kind of peaceful to just sit here, though, and sort of bask in it for a minute, isn't it? I do like the very soft, plucky version of the museum theme that plays in here. It's very, very nice. I already saw another one of the stamp stations, so we'll go and take that a look at that. Of course, I am going to absolutely go through every single area if I need to. But I think this over here is Coconut Corner. Look at that. Oh my gosh, there's so many of these. I mean, I guess I technically took the long way around, but that's okay. It's fine. Coconut Corner. All right. I bet tropical bugs get to go surfing and lay out on the beach all the time. Something like that. I imagine they just like being gigantic. Look at the freaking size of these guys. They're so big. Oh, they're so cool, though. I've honestly always wanted to hold like a Goliath beetle in my hand. Even though I actually get very squeamish around bugs, I still want to do that one of these days. It'd be very, very cool. Now, I get the feeling the other one is not this way, but we're still going to take a look around here really quickly. I love the... I don't know. This is such a cool little area to me. Like, I just love that this is, like, clearly somebody who, like, works on the specimens that are in here. It's very nice. Just very easygoing on the eyes. Very aesthetically well put together. Like, I could live in a place like this. I could. Just, like, you know, take care of all the bugs and whatnot. Even though I'm not great with bugs, it's just like, oh, it gets that good brain juice going for all the science and whatnot. I love it. I absolutely love it. All right, here's our third stamp station. Butterfly Garden. Sitting on a bench at this fountain is about as classy as it gets. Although, can you sit on a bench here? I don't know if you can. Collected all the bug stamps. Let me see. Oh, you can sit here. Oh, that's cool. I don't know if I like that zoom, though. Let me try over on this side and see if it's a little bit of a better zoom. No, it's actually very obscuring. That's a little weird. And if I go here, is it just going to go zoom straight into the fountain? Oh, it doesn't even let me sit there. But here. Yeah, I don't know why the camera does that. That's a bit strange, but okay. If it would, like, at least focus the lens in on the foreground or something, it would be a little bit better. But it is a very pretty room. Okay, did I check? I love how there's also pond smelts in there. They put, like, a few fish in there. All right, I'm going to chase you around a little bit, Tiger Beetle. I think there was one room I didn't go into. Is that true? That is not true. Okay, so it's just over here. We got the spider and just another bench to sit upon. I really want to, although it doesn't change the camera here, so back we go. All right, there's our bug exhibit, all completed, every single bug within. Let's move on to the fish exhibit. We'll do that, and then we'll do fossil, and then we'll end with art, I think. I think that's a good idea. So let's go take a look. This one's huge, man. I mean, I guess they're both segmented into 3 sections, but the fish one just feels like it's so much bigger to me. I think it's mainly because of the ocean room. Yeah, look at that. We got our salmon, king salmon up there. I can see a bunch of bluegill. Here's our koi bluegill, catfish, carp. There's the soft-shell turtle swimming around, which isn't even a fish, but whatever. And there is our first stamp station. Headwaters. Different fish live in different parts of the same river. Wow. I think is that the golden trout, and is that the stringfish in there too? I actually can't tell. I wonder. Let me look. Golden trout, cherry salmon, and the char. Okay, that makes more sense. What is that one in there? I actually don't know. Freshwater goby, yellow perch, sweet fish, crucian carp. Is it on this one? Pale chub, tilapia, stringfish. Okay, that's the stringfish. Okay, I was wondering which it was. I knew it was one of the bigger ones. There's our piranha, dorado. Look at the dorado. That's honestly like the dumbest looking fish. I mean, it's gold, which is pretty, but it is not a super bright fish. Oh, it's so cool, though. So cool. The Arapaima is probably one of my favorites, though. Just looking at that thing, it's like, wow. Imagine actually seeing one of those in real life. I actually have. I can't even say that. There's an aquarium that's not too far from me that carries a few of them. But they're pretty far away. They, like, make you look over a balcony down towards them. Man, look at those spider crabs. Oh, my gosh. They're huge. Abyss. How far down are we? So all of these are the deep sea fish, which I always thought was kind of interesting. So the thing about oarfish, of course, is that they're supposed to be like omens of disaster. People will like show videos of them up towards the surface all the time. That's a bad thing. That means that oarfish is dying, and it has sensed like really like something's off, I guess is what I should say. So this is supposed to be like deep sea fish, but obviously I doubt they can replicate the pressure in here. I imagine none of these fish, except for, well, I think it's funny because I actually don't think coelacanth live at that great of a depth. They just live in like dark waters, but the rest of these absolutely do. I don't think you can keep most of these in a museum. Maybe the crab, sure. I guess isopods can be too, but like vampire squids, barrel eyes, I doubt those would really work in an aquarium. Although maybe I don't know anything though. I just can't imagine how they would survive even making it to like a higher pressure point, I guess. I don't know. A higher depth. There's our mahi-mahi finally swimming around. It's so good to finally see it there, right next to the blue marlin and the giant trevally, as well as all the sharks and the sunfish. So we got 2 of our stamp stations. Did they actually put 1 in each room this time? That's pretty cool. Does make it a little bit more interesting. Of course, it is, like I said, it's random. Every single day during this event, you will get different stamp stations. Oh, here we go, right next to our jellyfish. Jellyfish floor. Float, float, wave, wave, bloop, bloop. Aw, there we go. Got them all. Collected all the fish stamps. Okay, you know, it is very funny how, like, polygonal the jellyfish look in here. There are definitely some elements in this game that are, like, low poly enough that it's pretty obvious that it stands out. One of the ones that always gets me is the fruit jar that's in Tangy's house. Like, each of those fruit slices is very much an octagon, and it's very funny. Some of them are even hexagonal. But, oh, wow, look at the Napoleon fish hanging out in here, of all places. That's actually a little surprising. I guess it is a little bit more fitting for its environment, given that it is a very tropical fish with a big old forehead. Oh, man. I love being in... These are always my favorite parts of the aquarium, is just sitting in any of these tunnels and watching everything swim overhead. That same aquarium I was talking about earlier has a gigantic one of those, and there's so many sharks that swim through. It's so cool. So cool. I could sit in that place for hours and hours and hours and never get tired of it. The only problem with it is they're usually like a hallway. They don't usually actually give... Like, the one I have that's at my aquarium doesn't actually give you a place to sit. There's no benches or anything, which is kind of annoying. I mean, there's like a later room after it that you can sit in, but it's not the same experience as like the full tube where everything is above and below you. All right, into the fossil exhibit we go. This one's a little bit smaller and more straightforward to get through. I imagine most of the stamp stations will be in... Well, I'm actually surprised there's even one in here. Mollusks and arthropods. All right. No backbone, but still tough, I bet. There's our first one. Pterosaurs and the synapsids. Okay. Well, does that mean the other one is going to be in here? No, it's not. Synapsids. What would a synapsid be? Is that actually going to be in the last room? Maybe it is. I don't know. I actually don't know what the definition of that is. Here's the pterosaurs, though. So we'll take a look at that one. Pterosaurs. All right. And they should call this display Not Dinosaurs Chapter 2. I mean, you're not wrong. They're basically just birds, but still. Oh, man, the Quetzalcoatl. I cannot... That thing... Like, I know the Pteranodon was, like, the one we all imagined as kids because it was always represented in, like, movies and stuff, but this thing is so much bigger. I can't imagine what that thing must have looked like. It would have been terrifying. Super, super cool creature, though. My gosh. All right. Oh, this is the synapse. Okay. Oh, is it the ones with the... Let me actually look up the definition of that. Distant relatives of mammals. Is that all that synapsids means? Oh, it's just all the little scrungly ones that got like really short legs and really long bodies. Okay. Interesting. I mean, I guess that makes sense. It works for the Spinosaur, but there we go. There's our last one. I know that's the final stamp, but I still want to take a look around a little bit more. We got to go through this area. I've never really appreciated this room enough, which I guess is why I didn't realize I was missing the part for the Megasaur for so long. Or Megasaurus or whatever, Megasaurus. But yeah, this is a really cool area. We got the only human-ish representation here, the Australopith. I think is that closer to a human, or that must be closer to like a Neanderthal, actually, now that I think about it. It's a type of human, I guess. Megacerops. Wait, hold on. How do I pronounce that one? Megaloceros. Okay, there we go. Super majestic, though. Super cool. Then, of course, we got the saber-toothed tiger. And last but not least is, of course, the mammoth. And I got another one of those sitting outside the museum, actually. Fossil exhibit's super cool, too. I love going to paleontology exhibits. Whenever I can. There's actually not a lot of those around me, though. I have to drive like at least an hour to get to the closest one that's got anything of note. There's like one on a college campus sort of close to me, but it's very tiny. It's like a single room with just like a little wraparound area, and I think they've got like one complete fossil in there, and that's it. Everything else is just like femurs and dinosaur track fossils, and then like diagrams, and then there's like a couple models, and that's like it. So it's very, very small. All right, into the art exhibit we go for the final one. We'll wake up Blathers after this. I didn't want to go to Blathers after each exhibit. I felt like that was going to be rude, but here we go. Unfortunately, there's still quite a few parts in here that are barren, but we've got a lot of it. Sculpture exhibit. They look so real, like they could come to life and start moving at any moment. I don't know about that. I think if the Valiant statue started moving, I'd be fucking terrified. That thing has no head. And this one has no arms. That'd be a little weird. And he's, well, YouTube, don't look at this scene for too long. All right, let's go past that and head on up here. I mean, this exhibit feels pretty complete. I'm not going to lie. Baroque Gallery. Art in the 17th century sure was fascinating. There was always so much to say about every piece. This is actually probably my favorite period for art, if I'm being completely honest. I like a lot of older paintings. I'm not a big fan of. I really don't like medieval art. I mean, it's just kind of like whatever. But Baroque, it's just like there's so much candor to the situations that are shown in Baroque art where it's just like, I don't know. It feels like one of the easiest ways to just connect with people, because when you look at history, all you get from like this period is a lot of royals arguing and fighting with each other, and you just don't get a lot of like the down to earth stuff. Like I get it, like two of these are clearly like people of status, but then you got like these two here, which it's like, I mean, she's almost like nondescript, the girl with the pearl earring, and this is clearly like a peasant woman here. I don't know. There's something about that I just appreciate so much more in terms of just the way that things are depicted. So we obviously got one missing here, big old statue missing here, which is kind of unfortunate. But of course we got to take a look at this one. Art from the East. I do like a lot of this stuff too. Art from Asia always has such a unique and compelling beauty. I agree. Very, very nice to look at. And that is our last stamp. Of course, the ancient statue is, I think it's the oldest one in here. I think if we had the rock head, that would be the oldest, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. Tremendous statue might be too. Oh, actually, that's probably the oldest. 12,000. Well, what is the ancient statue dated back to? I know it's old, but is it older than that? 1,400. So no, the tremendous statue is actually older. Wow, I'm really upset I don't have the right half of this one. That's killing me. And then I'm missing all of these. This is a lot of like the more modern art. So like the twinkling painting, the calm painting, the common painting. A lot of those are like on this wall. This is the wall that just like eluded me for this entire playthrough. I found the common painting one time and it was available at the same time as the perfect painting here. So I couldn't get both and it sucked. But at least I was able to get most of the statues. I was missing two, unfortunately. But I mean, you got the one here, which I think the rock head's the one that goes in the corner, and then I think this is supposed to be, oh my gosh, what is it called? I think it's the Great Statue, which is supposed to be the statue of King Kamehameha I. So that's, it really sucks that I wasn't able to get those. I didn't even find like a fake of that one. I don't even know if a fake exists of it though, but just was not able to find it. And I found the rockhead statue a few times, but it was a fake every single time. So it's just like, man, it was so frustrating. So frustrating trying to get this art. And it's always my least favorite exhibit to collect for, even though I love how it looks when it all comes out, because I do find art very, very fascinating. I'm definitely somebody who's interested in it. I'm not like an expert or anything, but I've always found it very, very interesting to like just see what people were thinking clearly when they put those things together. It is a window into somebody's psyche. I've always thought that. But all right, Blathers. Set of stamps I see is several, in fact. Jolly good. And now to mark your hard work with an aptly named completion stamp. Let's see. So fish one first. That you finished the stamp rally in the fish gallery. Take photos in the fish rooms, make an elegant backdrop to be sure. Without any further ado, here's the memento I promise you. So he's going to do this for each exhibit as we go. And to you, your very own fish plaque. Now to the bugs for daring to enter their fearsome presence, I give to you another completion stamp. Well, thank you, thank you. You finished the stamp rally in the bug exhibit, but my beak, what a showing. Your willingness to explore the bug rooms with such gusto is admirable. I myself find lingering there quite impossible. And without any further ado, here's the memento I promised you. Thank you, thank you. And we're going to get a bug plaque for that one. Okay, now for the fossils. For uncovering their ancient mysteries, I grant you this completion stamp. Bravo. Very well done. You finished the stamp rally in the fossil gallery. As the host of these rallies, it pleases me to my pin feathers to see you frolic amid the fossils so. The views you get as you stand upon the circles on the floor are always such a sight, and the tree of life on the floor, which charts the path of evolution and never fails to tickle my talons. I do hope you took a moment to appreciate it all. If you didn't, then I hope you will. And without any further ado, here is the memento I promised you. Who helped you build this place, Blathers? It's so, like, ornate. There's no way you did it yourself. I present to you your very own fossil plaque. What else? Oh yes, the art exhibit. I am pleased to present you with this artfully composed completion stamp. There, it pleases me to report that the stamp rally for the art gallery is finished. You've done this owl proud. Of course, there is so much more than just art on display in that gallery. Hoot-hoo, it's true. To look at art is to look into the mind of the artist, their culture, and its history. Art can teach us so much. Of course, while it is true that the occasional forgery finds itself in circulation, which is truly reprehensible, you say occasional, but it's like 70-80% of the time in this game. Each and every piece on display in our museum was expertly appraised and confirmed to be genuine. So please, I encourage you to peruse our gallery to your heart's content. It will not lead you astray. And without any further ado, here's the memento I promised you, the final plaque. I present you your very own art plaque. Hoot and what? You've collected all the stamps available today. To think you enjoyed the stamp rally to such a degree, I can't help but puff my feathers with pride. We'll be holding a stamp rally every day until May 31st. We can even change the stamp stations each day. If you'd like to earn more of those same mementos, I would look forward to seeing you again. And thank you so much for celebrating International Museum Day with us and taking a part in our stamp rally. Sharing the wonders and knowledge of our museum has to offer never fails to make this owl smile. Hoot hoo. Well, thank you, Blathers. I had a good time with that. I love looking around the museum in this game. This is definitely like the most satisfying collection for the museum yet. Like, obviously, because it is the biggest collection of any of the previous games. So I think it's just nice. I mean, I also just love the way the museum looks in this game. It's just so, like, tasteful in there. It's really, really nice. But yeah, okay, so if you ever want to do subsequent runs of the stamp rally, you're just going to get more of those plaques again, which, I mean, you know, that's pretty cool. You know, you can get these each day. They sell for 2,500 bells a piece, so that's technically a free 10,000 bells every single day if you only intend to keep one set, because, you know, you can get them every single day for 2 weeks, so it's a pretty good way to make money. This was also another really early event in Animal Crossing's life cycle, so a lot of people did that as a way of making a lot of money. But okay, this is going to be pretty much our final look at our trophy room, because this is how it's going to look for really much the end of the game. We're going to reminisce over a few of these things. I mean, I guess we can reminisce over a few of these things now. I'm going to actually put all of these plaques up. So the art plaque is going to actually go dead center right up above, because this is where the art poster would go if I had completed it. You know, if I had one, but I do not. Fossil plaque, that is going to go right over here. You know, actually, I wonder if I can squeeze these all in nicely. I'm going to actually move the bronze plaque down there a little ways. I think that's better. I don't care as much about the HHA plaques. They just kind of happen to be there. We'll do the bug plaque next, which that's going to have to go right here. And there is no deep sea creature plaque, so we'll just have to... You know, I wonder if I can, like, make this look a little nicer, possibly. Can I? You know, that's not too bad. I actually don't hate that. I think that's a little better. And then I can actually put the bronze plaque back where it was. Yeah. Yeah, I like that, especially because the fish one kind of encompasses both the deep sea creatures and the fish poster. So there we go. All right. That is indeed our little trophy room here. Pretty much everything is where it needs to be. So many exclusive little prizes. There are a couple that I didn't end up putting down, but I tried to cram as much as I could into this room. It's just kind of nice to sit here and just sort of bask in it all. So many things regarding different events. Of course, I wasn't able to get absolutely everything from absolutely every single event. There were definitely some things that I probably could have done that would have expedited my situation here. Obviously, missing half of the gold tools across this playthrough because I didn't really allow my tools to break. Or, I mean, that was kind of the main thing, if I'm being honest. But I don't know, it's just a force of habit, but also it is very frustrating constantly having to remake tools, even though there are a couple of achievements in this game that really encourage you to do so. And then, of course, there's a lot of stuff from my mom. We got Rover's briefcase sitting right there at the foot of the table. There's the globe for Nature Day, which I really wish they had not taken that out of the game. We got our golden HHA trophy. Didn't get the golden fish trophy, but I only did 2 rounds at the fishing tourney, and you really have to do 1 where you get 300 total points to get that. So just shy of that. We got our Paradise Planning chums over here, which they were awesome. I really do enjoy Happy Home Paradise. I think I just did so much of it in such a small amount of time that I really burned myself out on it. And I guess the last thing is I never did look at the back of Cranston's photo. So why don't we do that? There's a photo of Cranston. There's a message written in small letters on the back of the photograph. September 23rd, Libra. We got 2 Libras up here, Cranston and Kiki. Good for them. Just like me. Favorite saying is, hard work beats talent. Does he really say that? I thought he was a lazy villager, but you know, I'll take him take his word on that one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for this episode of Let's Play Animal Crossing New Horizons. Thank you all so much for watching. In the next episode, it's the finale, and I'll see you all then.